Let's paint this still life. I'm setting up in my home office. I really like the light in here. Let's test out my lighting options, which aren't that great. But the light on that desk is perfect. And I set up this black folder to create a shadow behind the vase. I would like a little more light on my canvas, so I test out this light a bit, but soon this room is going to be filled with light as the light dips into late evening. I just got to dive into this. I definitely don't like the feel of that warm light on my piece, so I turn it off. And if you're just seeing me for the first time, my name is Ryan Jensen, and welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy the video. By the end of this thing, you're going to be really inspired and have a lot of knowledge going forward in your next painting. Here's some things I'm thinking about now. Values, lights and darks, warm and cools, round and straight. These are all objects of contrast I'm going to be talking about more in this video. Design, I want my painting to have like a nice feel. I want it to just work. I want it to travel my eye throughout the painting. I want it to have a contrast. So the second thing is contrast is so important. And then we got just warm and cool colors. So in that order, design, contrast, warm and cool colors. And let's get into the video. I'm putting my vase slightly off center. As I really dive into this, I want to put big chunks of color in there. Really grooving, having fun. Working these big shapes to smaller ones later on. Right now I just want to get this thing to start reading well. And honestly, I don't even know what I'm going to do with the table area yet. But I'm nailing down the focal point. It's almost impossible to judge a color in isolation when it's by itself. So when you want to know a color, just kind of look at the cluster and evaluate the relationships. In isolation, they wouldn't feel compelled to dance. They need the ones next to it. And this creates the relationship of warm and cool. Complements, rather. A key element of contrast that I really want to read in this painting. Right now, this painting is starting to naturally slip into a complementary color scheme of orange, violet, and green. Greens have always been a tricky color for me. Today I'm using ultramarine blue and cad yellow medium. Sometimes I beat it down with that little bit of red. I really try to dig deep and feel those colors. Is this a cool green or a warm green? We're about a half hour in, and I'm just cooking on this thing. Notice how it's satisfying the contrast. And not just light and dark, but warm and cool. Round and straight. I'm anticipating maybe this light will come out from these clouds and completely illuminate this table. I check the image in reverse. That always helps. I'm wondering if I can get this done in one sitting, but in the back of my mind, I have two kids I'm thinking about in the other room I had to glue to a cartoon. I'm wondering how long they're going to give me to work on this before it's time to go play. But I'm also noticing a design problem. What am I going to do with this table? Perhaps I can just put this end here. Let's try it. Yo! Yeah, let's do it. Going to the arcade. I'm gonna beat these kids at some games. I was going for one sitting on that painting, but as the pheasant flies, sometimes it takes a while, and it doesn't hurt to get my eyes off my work for a little bit to let my eyes marinate. But I'm looking forward to getting back to that painting. You're an artist. We are artists. Picasso said that we all start out artists. The only problem is to remain one as you grow older. Pretty sure that was it. Let that really sink in, the depth of what he said. Like, that's so true. Why is that?
And I know that's true because I've seen these works I did when I was a kid, you know, and it was just nothing but curious. What's up, baby? And something special was happening. Now it's like, am I doing it right? It's not right. It's never good enough. It's a good way thinking yourself back to that place where you were an artist as a 2-year-old painting for the first time. I watched my kids do it. I'm like, that's just so inspiring to watch it. How do I get back there? Through work. I just start working, and eventually I grind myself to a pulp at that easel with a lot of like studying from life and painting these scenes, like that. Eventually something special kind of turns up. I'm like, ooh, what was that? And it's usually the moment where I stop caring so much and I'm just like more in a curious mindset. Kick that back, baby. Harder. So I'm gonna lay down some basic fundamentals that are gonna be pivotal if you want to just exponential growth as an artist, all right? Keep moving around it. Circle around it and do it. Circle. 1, learn and master the human figure. The human figure is the most relatable form. Okay, you can paint a tree wrong, you can paint an elephant a little wrong, like car, house, whatever, but everyone in the room is gonna know if it's passing the test with a human figure. We're all gonna know, right? That's why it's so hard. It's just, so you gotta get it. And you can, really, I would just really try to simplify, see right brain, go to these life drawing circles, and just start drawing contour drawings, 2-value studies, and just learning how, once it starts to click when you're in your right hemisphere and things are starting to groove. And that's a lot of practice. So you can't think your way to that. You gotta go put in those hours with a pencil. The next thing would be a 2-value study, and you're looking at, not where the shape, like let's say you got an apple on top of a table, right? Well, there's no line anymore between the table and the apple. There's just a shadow of the apple that's on the apple itself and the table behind it, and the light. That's just like you're illustrating through contrast and just big blocks of shadow and just areas left blank. And that's kind of the magic trick. So if I was to paint my face right now, like in a 2-value study, I would even like my skin tones the same value as that. All I would do is just paint this shadow for that shape, that sunglasses type shape, the area of shadow under my nose, top lip, bottom lip, chin, right here, right? A little bit of that would show, back there. That's a 2-value study, and once you start to block in a painting with that mentality, you're off to the races, especially on like a tone canvas, like a nice little warm, rich undertone. Woo, your money. The next thing I do. Oh, we gotta get you some gloves. You all right? Yeah. Proud of you. Good job. I would surround myself with as many mentors as I could. I would get one really, really I love this person's work. I would go to that person's work and ask them to start critiquing a painting that you worked really hard on. If you got lost on it, you don't know why it's working, ask them. They'll tell you, and you're gonna have an aha moment.
I'm eager to get back at a second sitting with this. Notice how getting away from it for a little bit and coming on that little arcade run, we get fresh eyes on our work. And I'm liking the subtle orientation of where I am on that desk now, just by that little hint of that corner. It's kind of nice, right? Otherwise, we don't really know where we are on that desk. And while it is subtle, it just gives that sense of place we long for. I'm a little less lost now that I know where the edge is. And speaking of edges, there are 4 types. They're hard, soft, lost, and broken edges. We get into this in great detail in my Patreon. Areas of rest and areas of heavy action. Another topic I like to talk about. So our focal point's all action. There's a lot of detail happening in there. But the table areas around the corners, the window itself, even the flowers, they don't need as much detail. In fact, the way that our peripheral vision sees, we don't want those edges to be crisp. So I just like to keep in mind where my focal point is, and everything that's not in that direct vicinity, I just leave suggestive. Okay, put it through Photoshop in your mind. Maybe I need to push the contrast and push color a little bit. Break an edge, soften things, create a dreamlike experience, and our job is to create edges so soft and wonderful in the beautiful language that is these edges I talk about, into a dream that doesn't wake the viewer up. But I have a problem. It's the table. What do I put on this table? Please drop a comment right now and let me know, what should I put on that table? And I think I'll paint these flowers. A little drama. A couple that didn't quite make it into the party due to the haste of setting up a summer vase. Floral. I really hope you enjoy this video. Comments really help. I just started this channel last year, and making these videos does take a long time. Audience retention is an interesting new medium, if you will. So really, if this does inspire you, drop that comment. And clearly, it helps my channel, and it's going to help you a great deal if you subscribe to this channel. So subscribe, drop that comment, and hit that thumbs up button. I'm wondering where this painting will live after I'm done. So what I'm going to do is put some finishing touches on this thing and get it out into the universe by posting it on my social media. I'm thinking of what I should say. What's it about? And what I found is it's often best to let them decide. Perhaps less in my description and just a little focal point. So I actually just got the message that someone down the street who saw it on Facebook wants to see it in person. So let's take it over there. It's exciting. I wish I could report in with you that I sell a bunch of work and these sales aren't a problem. They just happen. But no, it's artwork. You got to work at it. Now, if you're interested in doing this same thing, join my Patreon. The link's in the description. All right, wish me luck. Never quite know if they're gonna take it or not. Maybe they'll think about it.
I have to quit following your website.
Let's see if this goes down. This collector loves my still lifes. It's good to see these paintings again. She has several. Looks like it's gonna happen. She bought it. It's because of people like you who help me keep my dream alive and
You know what?
feed my kids.
I can't think of a better thing to invest it in. I cannot.
You're the best. Love you.
You are too. Love
Appreciate
you too. You too.
Bye.
Bye, honey.